If you forget about science fiction for 1 second, you could say that most real robots are designed to perform a specific task over and over again, such as welding cars or vacuuming floors. But with advances in artificial intelligence, people are designing friendly robots with another thing in mind: companionship.
Get gadgety!
Robots. If Professor Stephen Hawking is to be believed, these are the guys, or rather the artificial intelligence behind them, that could one day spell the end of the human race. In fact, clever machines are already replacing humans in many walks of life, from the factory floor to the battlefield. But until the day comes where artificial intelligence overtakes our own, robots will obediently entertain us, dance for us, and go to places too harsh for our fragile human bodies. But whatever the future holds, one thing's for sure: people will strive to make robots more human-like, and their role in our everyday lives is only going to become more seamless. And this is something that robotics companies are looking to cash in on. Walk into the office of Wecron and you could be forgiven for thinking that you've stepped into the future. Normally I'd consider it poor form not to be met in person, but I was prepared to make an exception in this case. On our visit, we were greeted by WeBot, a remote presence robot. Its webcam, speakers and microphone allow the person at the other end to interact with people almost as if they were there themselves. To connect to WeBot, users simply type an address into their desktop or mobile browser and away they go. The peer-to-peer technology provides the optimal video and sound quality given the internet connection, and the simple interface means that pretty much anyone can give it a go. However, WeBot isn't confined to the bounds of the office, and if you're out and about in Moscow, there's a chance that you might bump into one.
We came up with the idea of making a Russian telepresence robot. My colleagues had all the necessary robotic skills, so we opted for an online technical solution and made the first version of the robot pretty fast. After that, we spent a year perfecting the design and launched production. Now there are a few of them already available in Moscow, so you can connect to them and visit various events.
The ability to visit the other side of the world without getting up off the sofa must be pretty appealing, because remote presence robots of all shapes and sizes can increasingly be found trundling around museums and exhibitions. But to call them robots would be pushing it a bit, as they're only really as clever as the person operating them. Wecron is currently working on something a little less subservient. Lexi, the talking home companion, uses speech recognition technology to answer questions about the weather, traffic and news, but also tell jokes and disobey you if you don't ask politely. Lexi's brain is powered by an ARM processor, while a microphone, camera, motion, pressure and temperature sensors help it understand what's going on around it. The built-in speaker gives Lexi a voice, and the ring of LEDs lets you know what mood it's in. It has a Wi-Fi module for internet and updates, and Bluetooth for configuration through your mobile, but it can also work completely offline. So let's see how well it understands me.
Lexi, привет.
Hello, Lexi.
I am all ears.
How are you doing?
I have checked the traffic data and analyzed what it is like to be driving right now, and concluded that I'm doing fine.
Well done. So, what's the traffic like in Moscow today?
What city do you come from?
Moscow?
Unauthorized disconnection of the right ear. Left ear activated.
Do I need an umbrella today?
Do not, under any circumstances, rush to conclusions. This should be analyzed in detail.
That's good advice. Cheers. When you speak to Lexi, its voice recognition processor reworks the sound into a format understood by its AI software. It uses the internet, Profile About You, as well as its built-in knowledge database customized specifically for smooth conversation to find the most appropriate answer or action. And to give Lexi more character, emotions are also added. Lexi's linguistic capabilities were provided by Nanosemantica. Founded in 2005, the company develops AI chatbots for websites. The bots work tirelessly to answer customers' questions, provide products and service info, as well as troubleshoot problems. The company can even count big-name brands such as Nestle and Ford among its clients.
We understand artificial intelligence to be something that helps us carry out specific tasks that we normally associate with humans, such as making conversation, telling a joke, giving advice, etc. All these activities are inherently human, but we can also program them into software now. In this sense, we're indeed involved in intellect design, but this is, of course, not a universal mind.
Lexi might not be taking over the universe with its artificial intelligence anytime soon, but it may find its way into the smart home towards the end of this year. The team at WeCron are working on improving the range of topics Lexi can discuss, as well as the number of practical functions it can perform. For example, as well as keeping you up to date on the latest news and weather, Lexi can currently interact with a Bluetooth-controlled plug socket and can even demonstrate the ability to learn.
Lexi, turn on the lamp.
Understood. I have found no such device. It is new. Do you want me to start scanning?
Yes, go ahead.
Scanning in progress. Scanning completed. I have found a socket. What device is plugged into it now?
The lamp.
Memorized. Turning on. No one will disprove this claim. Every Friday, techno wizards of the universe scatter stardust in the sky. This is why everybody feels so good today.
Very good. Turn off the lamp.
Understood. Turning off.
After some lab tests, Lexi was given to a beta tester.
Lexi, turn on the light.
Understood. Turning on.
Tell me the sports news. What is the traffic like in Moscow? Let's take a movie quiz. Let's set the alarm for 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Setting the alarm for 8 a.m. tomorrow. Sports news. Moscow receives 4 stitches during the game. The level of traffic congestion in your city is 3. Who starred as the devil in Devil's Advocate?
Keanu Reeves.
Wrong. It was Al Pacino. Who played the main character in The Fifth Element?
Bruce Willis.
Wrong. It's Bruce Willis. Who plays the role of Harry Potter?
Daniel Radcliffe.
At the moment, talking to Lexi can sometimes be a bit like chatting to an elderly relative that's hard of hearing.
Danielle Radcliffe.
Although we've managed to cut this conversation down to around 90 seconds, it actually took over an hour to film because Lexi didn't always hear or understand the question.
Danielle Radcliffe.
Wrong. It was Danielle Radcliffe.
You don't say.
Wrong.
Lexi.
Having said that, Lexi is still in the very early stages of development, so the guys from WeCron will have plenty of time to fine-tune its sensors and AI.
Turn off the lights.
Understood. Turning off.
Go to sleep.
Okay. Good night.
I'm afraid that's all we have time for today, but we'll see you for some more updated technology next month. And I know I keep banging on about it, but don't forget to check out our pages and channels on all the major social networks in the meantime. So until then, enjoy the ride.